Hi guys, back once again for another video, and this time I'm talking about the Doctor Who Series 11 trailer that came out at Comic-Con. I know I'm behind, I'm sorry, but I am getting things in order. So I'm going to talk about the trailer, but not just the trailer as well, because I think, in fairness to the trailer itself, it's about 30 seconds of footage. So I'm going to kind of talk about that in general, but obviously there's little bits of information that we've had from San Diego Comic-Con and from, you know, the leaked footage and whatnot. But overall, what's the impression that I get from the trailer? So let's start off with that, I think, because it's, like I said, it's 30 seconds of footage that we really get. The first 7 seconds is really people just breathing. It's a good way to sort of introduce the Doctor first. Then you got what's his name, Tosin Cole, then Bradley Walsh, then Mandip Gill. So it sort of arranges those in that order. I don't think there's any specific way that they arranged that. I think they just went with what they felt was interesting. Now, before we get any further into the trailer, now again, we're only 7 seconds in, but is there anything you could take away from that first 7 seconds? Well, I think, and this is just a guess, the Doctor is waking up from the fall. I think that's what we see in the very first opening shot, is Jodie Whittaker waking up. She's on somebody's sofa. It could be Graham's. We don't know, but that would be my, because Graham's a policeman, right? That's where we're at with this character. I think we're all agreed that he's a police officer. So he probably somehow ends up with the Doctor and just sort of puts her on his sofa, or she passes out or whatever. You know, that's all speculation, but I think that's what's happening in that scene. What we get from the rest of the trailer are a lot of cut shots of, I guess it's either 2 to 3 episodes of Doctor Who there that's been cut. They appear to be the same locations. You know, one's sort of like a crashed ship on an alien planet. The other one is a beach. But they all seem to, there's a couple of shots that keep going back and forth from these different locations, but they seem to be, I think you can group these locations together and say that, right, that's from that episode, that's from this episode. They could all be from the same episodes, don't know. But what we got from the trailer was an emphasis on everything being new. And I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that. That's what Doctor Who should be. I know there were some people that were annoyed because it sort of came out that there are no classic villains going to be in Series 11. I'm even happier about that as well. Look, you can always bring back older characters from the past. There's a back catalogue of villains that you can always go back and grab every once in a while. There's no need to do it for this show. We've got 10, I believe it's 10 standalone episodes for Series 11, and I'm all for creating new villains. Look, if they didn't create new villains, we'd have never have got the Weeping Angels, you know. So and I'm happy for them to not bring back the Daleks. I'm happy for them to not bring back the Cybermen. I'm happy for them to just give all these old characters a break and come up with something new. And I hope, like, provided that what they've come up with for the villains are really strong antagonists, then I think that we're in for a good ride. I don't really know if there's really that much else you can really take from the trailer. There's some time period stuff there. What appears, at first there was a shot where at first I thought it was a barracks, and I don't know, it appears to be some sort of garage system. Because like I said, there were all these sort of regimentary blocks, and there were a couple of jeeps parked around, and a disused car, an old time 1950s style disused car, and a rusty sign that said gas. But most of them had big double doors on the front, and one of them even has the word motor that you can clearly see on the sign. So I think they're more garages than anything else. So I'm not really sure what to take from that, except for the time period. And I think that time period ties into, there's another scene whereby Jodie and the companions are standing in a compound which is in the 1950s. I'm guessing that's all part of the same episode. Could be completely wrong about that. I hope I am, because it just means that we're going to get more back and forth time traveling stuff. Do I want more alien planets out of this one? You know, I've always said I would like a series of Doctor Who that just got away from Earth. That just never came to Earth once throughout the entire season. And I stick by that. I'm okay with having this sort of start off on Earth, but I think once your feet are off the ground, don't come back. At least not for this series anyway, do you know what I mean? So I'm excited about where they're going with the show, and I think that it looks very filmic. But again, with what we've had with the leaked footage as well, my general impression of what I'm getting for, the vibe I'm getting for Series 11, makes me think of Patrick Troughton. No, that's just the vibe I'm getting. It's like that second Doctor vibe. I don't know why. I guess it's because there's a lot of stuff. I think, particularly with the leaked footage, I would say it's because when Patrick Troughton first played the Doctor, he was in that sort of situation whereby he was playing it as, I don't really remember, I don't really know who I am, I'm still trying to work it out. And, you know, he had that sort of amnesia and was doing sort of goofish things that were a little bit off, and he kept referring to the Doctor in the third person. So it was like he didn't know that he was the Doctor, and I think that's what's happening with Jodie as well. So I'm getting really strong second Doctor vibes coming from this show. I was at the same time getting some really beautiful looking scenery and some lots of excitement for what is to come. And again, the banner which says the universe is calling, I'm hoping that's where we're going. So that's what I really think about the Doctor Who Series 11 trailer. It looks good, sounds great, you know, to have all this stuff, to be given all this new, because I'm all for new. And it looks like Jodie is doing a solid job. It also looks like they are totally ignoring the fact that she's a woman. Brilliant. That's great stuff, because why would you even draw to that? I think a lot of people, when she was announced as being the Doctor, drew to that. But I think, you know, her approach is that, well, I've always been a woman, so I've got to play it that way. You know, I don't think in those terms. And it's like, yeah, of course you wouldn't. Why would the Doctor? So why even address it? You know, it's going to be a problem for other people, not the Doctor. So that's what I take from the Doctor Who Series 11 trailer, and bits gleaned from here and there. And I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think of the Doctor Who Series 11 trailer. Please do leave your comments down below. Also give me the thumbs up if you like this video. But until next time, I'll see you later, guys.